All right. So let's come to the mat with the feet slightly wider than hip width distance apart and take a comfortable stance. Nothing too dramatic, just comfortable here. And just find yourself standing nice and tall, spine long, shoulders back and down. Okay, and we're just going to start moving around, moving around. Yeah, let things start to move. Just, it's Wednesday, so we're going to wake the body up. And then we'll come back to standing and find a more structured pose here with the feet hip width distance apart and coming more into mountain pose with the palms facing forward. Let the breath settle down. Feeling super grounded. Deepen your breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. All right, let's move into some nice spinal movements here. So we'll start with our basic cats and cows, hands to the thighs, arch the back, look up, round the spine, gaze towards your lap. Arch and look up. So basic cats and cows. Really let the spine release here. And wind up gazing towards your lap. Tuck your chin and let your hands roll up your legs. The head comes up last. The arms come overhead. Interlace your fingers. And from here, look up toward your palms and just start to lean back, look up toward the sky. And then take your arms forward, rounding the spine, draw your arms forward. So we're just really extending cats and cows, lean back with the fingers clasped and the arms long, roll forward. Just a couple more times like that. And then the next time you're forward, let your hands release and just move around. Let your arms be free. Just move around. Once again, really unstructured here. Just respond to any cues that the body is giving you. And then come back to center with everything and try and smoothly float up, arms out, palms touch, and hands come heart center. Inhale and exhale and release. Okay, shake things out. So we move the spine forward and back. We're going to move it side to side here. So let's do this a little differently today with the side to sides. Take your legs wide and your knees out. Okay, your toes are your feet are at an angle. The knees are going out over the toes. The arms are out. So we're going to bend the knees and then reach through the right, reach through the left. Reach through the right, reach through the left. And then you might notice the shoulders are starting to get involved. Maybe you feel a little bit like what would this be, kind of belly dancing, right? 1, 2, 2. All right. And then just finish up here, come back to center, sweep the arms up, inhale, and exhale, bending at the knees. Take your hands behind your head. The knees are still out over the toes are still at an angle, inhale. And we're going to go over, keeping the elbows bent, we're going to go over to the right, and up, and over to the left, and up. Now extend the arms over to the right, and in, extend over to the left, and in. So it's going to be right with the elbows bent, left with the elbows bent, right extending, and left extending. And one more time, elbow, elbow, extend, extend, and then inhale up, bring your hands to your hips and turn your toes forward. We're going to come into a twist here. So take your arms out, inhale, engage your core, and come halfway forward. So you're halfway, the arms are long. Remember toe touching? We're going to do that now. So take your right arm, keep your left arm long, and just airplane your arms. Take your right hand towards your left foot. Come back to center, and then left hand toward the right foot. And back to center. And we're going to go down to the left with the right hand, and up and down to the right with the left hand, and back up. And one more time each side. Twist to the left, and twist to the right, and come up. Now your arms are long. Take them by your ears, they're still long, and float your upper body up toward the sky. Inhale, exhale, hands to the hips. And you can always hop, right? Maybe you take your feet a few steps closer and then hop, or maybe you just don't even hop, okay? But bring your legs together, bend at the knees, inhale and exhale, okay? So let's come to the top of the mat, feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive here. We're going to take a half lift, forward fold, and find our way back to downward facing dog. So we're coming into down dog here. The fingers are spread wide. Bend one knee and then the other. Notice what happens in your feet as you bend your knees. That nice roll there, rolling, rolling. Hold one heel down, feel a nice stretch in that calf, and then switch, other heel, other calf, inhale and exhale. Go ahead and bring your knees down, okay? And we're going to sit off to the side and come forward here. So we're going to start with a little series of forward folds here. Okay, so the legs are straight in front, and the arms come out to the side. So you're here, inhale. Exhale, as you lean back, take the heels of your hands together, clasp your fingers, point your index fingers forward, and exhale, reach past your toes, inhale, and then exhale the arms up overhead. Did that make sense? Arms out to the side, inhale, lean back, heels of the hands are touching, interlace your fingers, press forward as you inhale, reach your index fingers past your toes, exhale the arms up. Okay, we're going to do that again. Inhale the arms out, exhale, lean back, interlace the fingers, and inhale as you take your index fingers past your toes, inhale the arms up, and release your arms by your side. So we're going to keep that same progression, but now just do it with V legs. All right, so sit up nice and tall, inhale the arms out to the side. Exhale, we're leaning back for a reason. What do you think the reason is? Yes, your core, yeah. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Point your index fingers as you inhale, reach forward, and exhale the arms up. Inhale out, exhale, reach, inhale forward, exhale up. One more time like that. Inhale out, exhale back, here's your core. Inhale, reach forward, exhale, arms up, and release. All right, go ahead and bring your feet, support yourself with your hands, Bring your feet hip width distance, and we're just going to let the legs gently open and close. So little butterfly wings going on here, because the next thing we want to do, we're keeping those same arms, we're going to take the feet into a diamond shape here, okay, cobbler's pose, right? So typically the feet are touching, but if your knees are way up here, take your feet a few inches apart. So we can feel the inner thighs, but we don't want to strain them, okay? So come into your cobbler's pose position, also known as Baddha Konasana. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, lean back, heels of the hands touch. Interlace the fingers and reach past your toes as you inhale. Exhale the arms overhead. Inhale out, exhale back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, arms overhead. We'll do that one more time. Inhale out, exhale, lean back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, arms up and release. Okay, inhale and exhale. Help your knees back up and just let your legs gently wiggle a little bit in case those inner thighs collected any tightness there. Inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to roll onto our backs. So come into your bent knee, feet hip width distance, arms forward, and slowly, slowly, slowly roll down, roll down, roll down. Okay, go ahead and sit on your hands. The palms of your hands are facing the mat, and bring your knees to tabletop. So in tabletop, the knees are right over the hips, and the shins are parallel to the floor here. Okay, point your right toe, and keeping your leg at this right angle, tap your right toe down and bring the right leg back up. Now try it on the left. Left toes tap down and come back up. So these are tap downs. So let's go right, tap down and up, left, tap down and up. Keep it nice and smooth, right? Nice and strong. This is for your core. You probably guessed we're going right and left. And the leg is staying at a right angle, okay? Staying at a right angle. We're not bending the knee to bring, bending more at the knee to bring the toe down. Okay, so leg at an angle, keeping that right angle. You might even imagine that there's kind of a grapefruit you're holding on to. And if you do this, you just made grapefruit juice, right? Down and up, down and up. And when you are even, draw your knees in and rock from side to side. Is your core starting to wake up? Anybody? Okay, so I know at least one of you I can't see and I can't hear, but I know you're jumping for joy. We're going to try this with double legs. So let's take the legs back to tabletop here. Point the toes and take both legs down. Oh, there it is. And up. Take both legs down and up. If this really bothers your back, go back to the single leg. If it's okay with your back, continue doing double leg. Thinking about keeping those legs at a right angle. One more time, down and up and release and rock from side to side. So you probably thought we did the right leg, we did the left leg, we did both legs, we're done. Not quite. Okay, sit back on your hands, legs to tabletop. Now flex your feet. We're going to bring the right heel down and up, left heel down and up. Moving right to left. So everything is about control here, right? We're not moving fast, we're not flinging the legs. We're keeping the legs at a right angle, and we're controlling down and up, down and up. This time the heel is touching. And when you're even, draw your knees in and release. Whoosh. Rock from side to side. Okay, the moment you might have been waiting for, both legs. The feet are flexed, both heels down and up. Both heels and up. Keep going. Control, control, control. Do 2 more, nice and smooth. And then bring your knees in and rock from side to side. Okay? Inhale and exhale. So, we like to do our obliques too. So let's just go ahead and we're going to do just some bicycles. Cross your hands over your chest. The legs are back in tabletop. Inhale. As you exhale, roll up, bring your right shoulder towards your left knee and extend your right leg. Bring it in and down. Roll up. Left shoulder, right knee, left leg extends. In and down. Keep going through that and keep your pace nice and slow and smooth. That's where the gold is, right? So just bicycling your way. Finish one more round. And bring the knees in. Oh, all right, so now the core is awake. It's going to help you through the rest of your practice. Let's cook in there. Inhale and exhale. And let's come to hands and knees. So we're coming into tabletop. Okay. The fingers are spread wide. The wrists are under the shoulders. Remember, you can be at a wall, you can be at a chair, and you can also do this standing up. So we're going to release the hip a bit. Go ahead and take your right leg back and make some circles with that right leg. Start to make them a little bigger, still going the same direction. And pause. And then make some circles the opposite direction. Make them a little bigger. Try and stay balanced here between 2 hands and 1 knee, not rocking off to one side or the other. And bring your right knee down. Okay? Let's take the left leg up and make some circles, one direction and a little larger. Pause the leg. Opposite direction circles and larger, and bring your left knee down. Okay, so now we're going to just let the hips rock from side to side here. Just let the hips rock. Come back to table, and we're going to make some circles. So we take the body forward in space, off to the right, back, and off to the left. So just circling around, one direction, come back to center, opposite direction. So a lot of release going on in these circles. Inhale and exhale. And then just go ahead and your knees are hip-width distance apart. Walk your hands forward. Keep your knees where they are, hip-width distance. Your hands are forward. And usually we like the head on the mat, but for right now we're going to keep the head. We're going to lift it up. If it's touching the mat, lift it up. So the arms are in line with the ears here, or the ears are in line with the arms. Inhale and exhale. And walk your hands 2 steps over to the right. Send your hips a little more toward the left. You're going to feel that nice stretch in your left side. Walk your right hand forward. Get a little more stretch in your right side to even out. Come back through center. And walk your hands 2 steps over to the left. The hips start to gravitate a little more toward the right. Feel a big stretch in your right side. Walk your left fingertips away from you so you get a little more stretch in your left side. And then walk your hands back to center. Come on up for a second, back into tabletop here. Okay, we're going to tuck the toes. And we're going to do cats and cows with a little difference here. So arch your back, look up, round your spine, and now when you get here, you're gazing toward your thighs. Lift your knees a little bit. Bring your knees down. Point your toes behind you. Arch your back, you're in the cow. Tuck your toes, and as you come into cat, lift your knees. Does that make sense? Keep going. Arch and lift. And the next time you bring your knees down, take your big toes together, knees wide apart, and come into a nice comfortable child's pose. For a moment, bring your arms behind you so your hands are back by your feet, and release your wrists. Wiggle your fingers, roll your wrists, release the wrists. And then if you like having your arms back here, leave them there, forehead to the mat. Or if you prefer having your arms forward, bring them forward. Okay? Or if you need to make a pillow for your head so your head can rest, whatever you want to do. Find child's pose. Be comfortable in child's pose. And now start releasing from your child's pose, coming back up to hands and knees here. And we're going to tuck the toes and come into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Try and be even on all 4 sides of your dog. So you've got 2 feet and 2 hands to spread your weight. Inhale and exhale. And just start to walk your feet towards your hands. When you get here, bring your hands to your thighs. Half lift as you look up. Exhale, forward fold, and float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release. Whew. All right. How are we doing? Give me a thumbs up, or you can, if you're not muted, talk to me, okay? Here we go. Inhale and exhale. So we're going to do just a little work with our chair, okay? Because this is going to help with the gardening and all the outdoor stuff that we want to do. It's a great leg strengthener. So find your feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale and exhale. And we sit back in chair, tuck the tailbone, bring the arms up to shoulder height, tuck a little more, and bring the arms overhead. We're in chair. Sit a little deeper. So there it is. Sit a little deeper. Good. Tuck your tailbone. Sit a little deeper. Got it? All right. Now let's reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Swan dive. The knees are bending. The tail tucks, and you roll back into chair. Yep. Inhale, reach up, swan dive, roll back into chair. Inhale, reach up, swan dive, roll into chair. So you know that you're in a proper chair alignment when you can wiggle your toes, right? Chair is not here, you're not falling forward, your heels are not light, your toes are light. There's your chair. Stand tall and release. Woo, shake it out. Inhale and exhale. All right, so now we want to do something with that lovely chair that you just developed, okay? Let's add a little balance to it, all right? So we're going to bring the feet back to hip width distance. We're going to come into chair, and then we're going to go pulse, 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 and as you come up, lift your right knee. It could be just the heel, or it could be the knee. Bring the foot down, take it down. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lift your left heel, or bring the left knee up. And down. Pulse, 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 and lift. Keep going. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Lift left. Pulse, 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 lift right. Take it to chair, pulse, 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 lift left, and release back to mountain pose. Okay, we got that? So that was a nice smooth rolling through the balance kind of deal. We're going to lift and hold this time. All right? Once or twice, we'll see. Once on the right, once on the left. So take it down, chair, pulse, 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 lift right and hold. Fix your gaze and take it down. Pulse, 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 lift left and hold. And release to mountain pose. Woo, shake it out. All right, let's do that one more time. This time we'll start on the left and end on the right just for fun. Okay? I know. So that's my idea of fun. I don't know what your idea of fun is, but that's my idea of fun. All right, let's take a chair. Pulse, 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 lift left. Take it down. Pulse, 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 lift right. And release mountain pose. Ooh, shake it out. Okay, so a little leg strengthening, a little balance there. Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to do sun salutations, which is going to further strengthen, stretch, and just enhance every muscle of your body. So arms by your side, mountain pose here. Inhale and exhale. Let's sweep the arms up, and we're going to twist with the arms long to one side. Twist to one side, arms long. Inhale up. Twist to the other side, arms long. Inhale up. Elbows to waist, looking up. Inhale, center, and exhale, swan dive. Oh, we just warmed the legs up. Let's give them a moment here to stretch, especially the back of the legs. Inhale and exhale in your forward fold, and then bring your hands to your thighs. Press back through the hips, look up. Exhale, we're taking the hands down, and we're going to step back to a knee down plank. So we're going to start in knee down plank. The fingers are spread wide, the knees are down, the spine is long. Inhale and exhale. Okay. And then elbows are heading behind you. You chaturanga down. This is going for your triceps here more than the biceps. And release it down. The hands wind up under the shoulders. We come into cobra, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Without using the hands, we are coming up, looking forward, cobra, and release. All right, so to get up into down dog, you could go table to down dog, or if you want to try something a little different, tuck your toes, hands are under the shoulders, keep your knees down and just press yourself halfway up. Your elbows are still bent. Straighten your arms, and now come to down dog. So we went almost into knee down plank, and then down dog. Did that make sense? Okay, let's take the right leg up and spin the leg one direction. Make those circles a little larger. Hold the leg still. Spin that right leg, small circles the other direction and a little larger. Go ahead and hold your right leg up. Now we're going to take a big step forward with the right foot. Wherever that foot lands is your big step for right now. Meet it with your left and walk your feet up to your hands. Take a half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Okay. Just take a breath here. Feel the breath moving, preparing on the other side. Okay. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Oh, never mind. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up. Elbows to waist, look up. Inhale, arms up, and swan dive. Hang out in your swan dive for a second. Let the backs of the legs just release. Then come into your half lift, forward fold. Okay, and we're going to step back to that knee down plank again. Knee down plank. Come into your knee down plank. Inhale and exhale. Now tuck your toes and lift your knees, knee up plank. Okay? So if your spine is still nice and long and you can feel your core hard at work here, stay in knees up. And if that made your spine do this, bring your knees down. So knee up or knee down plank, whichever is best for you. Chaturanga, the elbows head toward the back, and you come all the way down. Okay, inhale and exhale. Let's do a nice little sphinx here. So we're taking the forearms to the mat, fingers spread wide, elbows under the shoulders, and then lift the heart, look up, feeling a nice stretch all the way down to the belly button. Inhale and exhale. And then release from your sphinx. Let's go ahead and press back and up to downward facing dog. Okay? So you can go table to dog. You can do that power lift that I just showed you. Down dog here. Inhale and exhale. Take your left leg up. Spin it around. Small circles. Larger. Pause. Opposite direction, small, larger, and step forward with your left foot nice and big. Step forward with your right foot and then all the way to the top of your mat. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. Inhale and exhale. All right, so you know you are my power group. We're going to do that one more time, okay? Keeping it just like the way we just did it. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Elbows to waist as you look up. Inhale, center, and swan dive. Hands to the thighs, half lift. Hands down. Okay, we're going to float our way to plank or knee down plank. Okay. Plank or knee down plank. Inhale and exhale. Now if your knees are up, roll on to the tops of your toes here. Elbows toward the back as you chaturanga down. Ah, there we go. Okay. So now we're going to play with the cobra a little bit. We're going to do cobra on ridge tops. Right now, your hands are under your shoulders. Slide them out at least 6 inches away from your shoulders. Press your fingertips into the mat, shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. This time we do use the hands. Press into the fingertips and lift up. Cobra on ridge tops. Oh, and release. Take your hands back under your shoulders and find your way back and up to downward facing dog. Coming back into your dog. Inhale and exhale here. Okay, we're going to take the right leg up. Just hold it nice and steady here. And then take the right knee in as you arch your back. So round your spine, round your spine. Lift onto your the toes of your left foot and plant that right foot as far forward as it goes. We just made some space for the right foot to come up. Okay, meet it with your left and find your way to the top of your mat. Take a half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, one more side to go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, twist, arms long. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist, arms long. Inhale, center, elbows to waist, look up. Inhale, center, swan dive. Take a nice half lift, hands down, find your way to plank. Okay. All right. If your knees are down, take one more shot at the knee up plank. And going into knees up or down, whichever one works best for you, chaturanga down. Chaturanga down. We're going to do cobra on ridge tops again and add a little turn of the head. So your hands slide 6 inches away from your shoulders. Your fingertips are pressing into the mat. Roll your shoulders towards your ears, down your spine as you look up. This is cobra on ridge tops and release. Now, as you come up, cobra on ridge tops, look to the right. Did you feel the front of your left shoulder open up a bit? Come back center and release. Bring it up and look to the left. Come back center, release. Make a pillow with your hands, rest your forehead on it, bend your knees, and let your legs rock from side to side. Release your feet down, bring your hands under your shoulders. We're going to find our way to down dog, okay? Down dog. Inhale and exhale here. Bring the left leg up, come high up on the toes of the right foot, draw the left knee in as you round your spine, and then place your left foot forward on the mat, as far forward as it's willing to come. Meet it with your right. Walk the rest of the way up to the top of your mat. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up as your palms touch. And your hands come heart center. And release. Okay. So we work on balance, but we also work on balancing the hard and the soft of our practice. Okay? So we're done with the soft part. You ready for the hard? Give me a thumbs up over there. I know you're like, what? I know. So we're going to soften things up a bit, right? Mellow things out, as it were. So let's take the legs wide here. Okay? And turn the toes out. We'll bring the arms up. And we're going to treat ourselves to some sunflowers. The knees are going out over the toes. As you exhale forward, your right arm crosses in front of your left, and you float up. Woo. Knees out over toes, left arm crosses in front of the right, as you float up. And right arm forward. The reason I'm calling arms is just so that you just switch which arm is in front, right? Rather than going same arm the whole time. Left arm in front and up. And just keep going, a nice few soft sunflowers. You keep going. Down and up with your sunflowers. Remember those inner thighs. So we started with the right arm forward. So the next time you have your left arm forward, you'll be even. We're going to come up, and now we're going to go back down with the right arm forward and come into a wide-legged ragdoll, holding on to opposite elbows. Just move around, let your head nod yes and no. Release the shoulders, and then just switch your hands, right? So you've changed your arms just a little bit. Continue in your wide-legged ragdoll here. Head is nodding yes and no. Bring everything back to center. Quiet the movement. Start to straighten your legs as you let your forearms melt toward the earth here. And then drop your hands. Okay? Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands to your thighs. That would be hands to your hips. Come halfway up and come the rest of the way up. Okay, inhale and exhale. All right, so we're going to give the legs a break here. So either heel toe them or hop or combination. Heel toe hopping. The legs are close together. Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to take the legs wide again. This time keeping the toes forward. So all 10 toes are facing forward. Inhale and exhale here. We're going to bring the arms up. Keeping them up, just reach forward into a half fold. So we're reaching forward. Inhale and exhale. Now we bring the elbows toward the waist as we look up and bring the arms back forward. Elbows toward the waist, look up, and arms forward. Elbows toward the waist, look up. Arms forward, one more, elbows toward the waist, look up. Arms forward, now bring your hands down to the mat. The toes are all facing forward here. Okay, so if your hands touch the mat, then you can leave them where they are. If not, bring them to your legs. If your hands are on the mat and you want to try something a little more extended, turn your fingertips behind you and start walking your hands behind you. Okay, so just extending, it'll be a little, it'll increase the stretch in your hamstrings. And then if your hands are back, walk them forward. Everybody hands to hips. Come halfway up. We're going to take the arms out to a T here. Take the arms by the ears and then just lift straight up, straight up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the hips. And take your legs together. Shake everything out. Inhale and exhale. All right. Everybody okay? We're going to do a Janu Sirsasana, so we're going to work our way back down. Okay, so come to the top of the mat, shoulders back and down, mountain pose. Let's get back in touch with the breath, back in touch with the grounding, feet on the mat. Nice mountain pose here. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Straight leg swan dive. So keep your legs straight. The knees are not locked out, but the legs are straight. And then either your hands are going to touch the mat. They may sit on the top of your feet, or they may be on your legs. But come into this nice straight leg forward fold. Inhale and exhale. All right, now start to bring your hands back up to your thighs, set your hips back, and look up. So we're in our half lift again, this time maybe staying here a little longer. Take a couple of breaths. Feels a lot like chair, right? And then we bring the hands back down and step back to downward facing dog. Coming back into down dog. Take your big toes together. Bend the knees to one side, hips to another, knees and hips, side to side. And then bring your knees down, sit off to the side, and bring your legs straight forward. We'll find seated mountain pose first. The feet are flexed, all the muscles are engaged, spine is long. Inhale and exhale. Now take your right foot and put it on your left thigh above the knee. Okay, it's not on the knee, it's above the knee. Turn to face over your left leg. Bring the arms up. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're exhaling from your hip creases, folding. Reach forward, forward, forward. Cross at the wrists and hold on to your left leg. If you're by your foot, you can cross at the wrists and hold on to your left foot. Keep your left foot flexed and take your gaze toward your left toes. And just breathe here. So this is a pretty strong forward fold. Look for one thing you can soften up right now in this forward fold. And then uncross at the wrists. Let your hands slide up your legs as you come back up. Inhale and exhale. We're going to start with the right foot, one hand's width distance away from the left thigh, left hand to the knee, right arm comes up and back, the right hand is by your hip. Inhale, lengthen. We're not tugging on the leg, we're twisting from the waist. Twist from the waist. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to deepen your twist as you turn your gaze toward your right shoulder. Just keep breathing. And now keeping your body where it is, just turn your gaze toward your left shoulder. And then turn back towards your right shoulder. Unwind. Okay, now you can feel how your hips are both on the mat, right? Take your right foot to the outside of your left leg and reposition your hips, okay? If your hips are doing this, then do the next twist with your foot where we just had it. If you're okay here, then stay here, okay? Inhale and exhale. The left hand to the right knee, right arm comes up and back by the hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Again, we're not tugging ourselves. We're using the spine, the core, and the breath to release into this twist. And possibly that left elbow might come to the outside of the right knee. May or may not, doesn't really matter. Turn your gaze toward your right shoulder. And then release your left arm, take your body back forward, bring your right leg up and over, and right leg forward, give your legs a crazy shake. Okay, ready on the left? Left foot to the right thigh. The right foot is flexed, toes and knee are pointed up. Turn to face over your right leg. Inhale the arms up. Reaching strongly forward, folding from the hip creases. Cross at the wrists and hold on to your right foot or your right leg. Take your gaze toward your toes. Look for one thing you can soften up here. Release your hands, walk your hands back up your leg. Help your left knee up. That left foot is one hand's width away from your right thigh. Your right hand is to your left knee. Left hand comes back by your hip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. We're not using the right hand to twist. We're using the breath, the core. Turn your gaze toward your left shoulder as you twist. And now keeping the body where it is, turning just the gaze toward your right shoulder and back to the left. And then bringing your gaze back to center, release your knee and come back up to seated, okay? Your hips are both grounded. Take your left foot across. If your hips can stay grounded, you stay here. If the hips do this, you bring your foot back, okay? Right hand to the left knee, left arm back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Every inhale lengthens your spine. Every exhale helps to deepen that twist. And possibly on this side, the elbow, this would be your right elbow, comes to the outside of your left leg. Maybe one side liked it, one side doesn't. Pay attention to the cues your body's giving you. Inhale, lengthen, gazing towards your left shoulder. And then bring your head back to center. Release your arm. Take your left leg back straight and give your legs a little shake. Inhale and exhale, the Janu Sirsasana, okay? Inhale and exhale. It's a nice grounding pose for times of transition. Let's go ahead and bring the feet hip-width distance apart. Straighten the spine. Bring the hands forward and slowly, slowly release the spine onto the mat, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Bring your hands down and just let your legs open and close a bit like butterfly wings here. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're gonna bring the knees to tabletop and then just take the legs straight. So we're in a nice legs up the wall position here. If this is too much blood flow to the head, then go ahead and bend your knees or bring your feet all the way back down. So either tabletop, feet down, or legs straight up. Now we want to work the ankles, point and flex the feet, point and flex. Yeah. Circle one direction and the other. And then draw your knees in, hold on, give yourself a hug, and rock from side to side. Just let that spine release. Bring your feet back down to the mat, hands by your side. Just feel your whole body start to relax and begin to let the earth support it as you make gentle fists and extend your fingers. Let the fingers wiggle. Circle at the wrists. Circle the other direction. Just release those hands. Feel what they need and give it to them. And bring your hands back down to your side here. Let your head gently move from one side to the other. Nice and slow. So releasing the neck. Moving into lion's breath here. Inhale, scrunch up your face, scrunch up your face. Exhale, stick your tongue out and say a nice big ha! And release. And another nice inhale through the nose, scrunch up the face, scrunch up the face. Exhale, open the mouth wide, stick your tongue out and say ha! And release. So you know you're doing this right if your cats run away. If you have cats and they run away when you're doing lion's breath, you know you did it right, right? So let's take another deep breath. And begin to scan your body from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Start to let your body just sink onto the earth. And then Move into your comfortable final relaxation position. Find some place and some way you can be for the next few minutes. If the body is still looking for anything to move or release, just do that. Final relaxation. We're going to take 3 deep inhales and exhales. So inhale through the nose. And as you exhale through the mouth, let your body just melt. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, just release the body onto the earth. One more time. Inhale through the nose. The body just melts onto the earth as you exhale. And now moving into your final relaxation. So slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Allow your breath to deepen. Start to bring movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers and toes. And as you inhale, draw your arms overhead. Exhaling, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. And then find your way over to a side. Help yourself back up to a nice, easy seat. Bring your hands to heart center. And as you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice. And we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.